We are live. Cambodia already on in the first few seconds. Just going to go live on Facebook as well. I could do both lives on Facebook and on YouTube because sometimes people watching on YouTube. But basically, hold on one sec. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to figure this out. So I wanted to get with everyone because people are asking us and messaging us and asking us what we're planning to do with the whole coronavirus and what our plans are next and how this affects travel and all these questions. And so I thought I'd quickly go over some of the different things. Hola, Erika. I'm guessing you are in some Spanish-speaking place. Yay, we're live. Hey, I don't know if that's Jocelyn, but nice to see you. So Cambodia, as you can imagine, has been affected by tourism, just like every other country that's out there. And I'm going to answer questions as I go along. So someone's asking, when are we coming to Louisville? Not sure yet. Hi from Tijuana. Nice to see you. Oh, it's Mark. Jocelyn's asleep. Hey, Mark. So let me tell you guys a little bit, and I don't want to confuse you because we just posted a video from Florida. We are not in Florida, we're in Cambodia, but I am posting a little bit behind, just like you guys do over at Walter's World. We post a little bit behind schedule. So things are crazy. We've never experienced travel like we have in this day and age. And different Mark is asking, when are we coming back to Guatemala? So, if you don't know already, as a family traveling, we have a goal to hit every country in the world. And so we go through countries sometimes fast, sometimes we go slow. And yeah, Mark, you're behind on videos like us, so sometimes we post many months behind, but we're trying to keep up. We've got about 60 epic, really cool videos coming your way, so please stay tuned to all the nice ones coming. But I wanted to get with you guys because honestly, we are living in absolute crazy times. I don't want to say that we're scared of what's happening with the virus because in my personal opinion, if you have a healthy immune system and have predisposed trouble or problems, most of the time you will get through a flu bug okay. But that's not to say that you might not need medical care. And so this is the changing factors for us because we were planning to hit up countries like Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, and based on everything that's happening, in my own personal opinion, is just gonna spread even further and faster. And so we are going to, at this point, avoid any country that has a lot of people in condensed areas so that if there is a need to be in isolation, we can easily do that. Someone's asking how we are. We are all good. We're all healthy. We're all happy and whole. So we're not sure which direction to go. We're also a little bit concerned because certain countries, for example, there's islands right now in the Pacific that if, for example, you've been to Australia, well, you have to do a 2-week quarantine before you get into their country. So this is like changing everything for us as far as travel goes, and we're trying to figure out, what to do, which direction to go, and if we should go faster or sooner than later. So our ultimate goal was to be in New Zealand for the month of April before going back to Europe in May. And at this point, we're not sure at what point New Zealand's going to say, okay, anybody who's been to these countries, you have to do a 2-week quarantine, and we don't want to do that. So we're trying to figure out if we go like sooner than later, as early as like tomorrow, or if we just stay here, because here in Cambodia, everything's like going as normal. There's less tourists, but everything's functioning. There's not this like crisis or panic yet, where you see like in certain places, like in the States, where apparently there's no like rice and beans or toilet paper or things like that. I have poor audio. Oh dear. Is the video okay, or is it just the audio that is bad? If you can let me know. I didn't even bring my microphone. That's really silly of me. Yeah, someone's saying at this time it's best not to travel with the coronavirus. I sound fine? Okay, let me know. Great. I'm on a, thanks Mark, I'm on a internet connection just at a local cafe enjoying the most delicious cappuccino. Great, so video's good. So insurance wise, we have, because it's always a concern. I'm not sure if those of you who are new to our channel, you might not know, but back in 2016, we had a really big scare with Chloe. We were in the country of Ecuador, and we were on the coast, so there wasn't really many adequate hospitals. There was just little clinics. They had hospitals, but it wouldn't be what you would call a hospital for most people. And she was diagnosed with dengue fever at first, and we couldn't get her fever down. And we were going back and forth to a walk-in clinic for I think 4 days in a row, staying up till 3 a.m, getting her IVs to stay hydrated. And it was really scary. And so at this point, what we do, because we are traveling to countries with malaria and dengue and all these different things that come from mosquitoes. So I just found a really cool company that actually sells these bracelets. They look like Fitbits. And what you do is you wear them, and they put out this electric pulse, and it stops the mosquitoes from biting you. So it's really cool. I don't have them yet. I should have them in a week or two at the most, depending on which country I go to, so I can ship them to myself. But this is going to be really nice for us, because poor little Angelique, she gets bitten alive everywhere we go. And it's scary when you get things like that, and so we want to protect ourselves. Right now we try to stay natural, so we don't want to use DEET, because in certain countries it's a daily thing you have to put on. I mean, when we're here, there are lots of mosquitoes, and so we're always putting on just a natural spray. So anyway, I'm really excited about this product, and I signed up to be an affiliate, which if you guys are interested, I'm going to be putting the link below, because that helps us stay on the road if you use our affiliate link. So yeah, Mark says, sounds like Liam. I mean, certain people, they get bitten alive. Like Angelique every day has 4 new mosquito bites. I'm not kidding you. And we don't have any. And I don't even know how it happens, but they love her, right? So she's gonna be wearing a bracelet, and probably Chloe will be wearing a bracelet, because for some reason they don't really like me so much. So, so that's one thing. And then for travel insurance, some people were asking what we do for that. So we, our home base is Switzerland, so we use a company that is like AAA or CAA in Canada. It's called TCS, and they have a repatriation service. But I'm always a little bit concerned, if you will, to have full coverage, because it's quite important to have full insurance coverage when you're on the road. And so I found a company that's for digital nomads. It's called SafetyWing. And what this company is basically an insurance that you can buy when you're already on the road. So a lot of insurance companies, if you don't buy it before you leave or before you start traveling, you are not covered. So we're going to be buying extra insurance with that, and with them I also signed up for an affiliate, so I'm going to be putting all these links below for you guys. But it's just really good to have the insurance and assurance that you're going to be covered if you're in trouble. So you just said someone just said they're going to sleep. I know it's late over there in stateside, Mexico side, so good night. It's almost midnight, right? So so there you have it. And then I brought out some of the things because I thought you guys might be curious as to how we stay healthy. And some of these products you may or may not be able to find, but I'm going to show them with you because some of these have been lifesavers. So as a family, we've been traveling since 2013, and it's not until last year that I found a couple natural products that have probably saved us many times of getting stomach bugs. A lot of people don't recommend eating street food. We do all the time. So we will go to local places. We do still ask for ice cubes, even though a lot of people say don't take the ice cubes. Those are the things that make you sick, you guys, and we know that. But we haven't had problems, and that's because we travel with certain things. So I'll just share them with you in case you guys are curious to know. So one thing I found, this is a year ago and a half or so, and I travel with it. And it just works for us, but it's basically grapefruit seed extract. You could probably find it on Amazon. And what happens is as soon as we feel any kind of symptom, like any kind of bug symptom in our stomach, you know, you get the runs, we just put that in, and in 3 days it's like completely gone. So hey, Brian from Seattle, nice to join in. So so that's what we've been doing for that. The other things I travel with, because like when we went to Bolivia, for example, we were sick for like 1 whole week in a hotel, and that was horrible. We couldn't even take a bus to get over from Bolivia to Peru. Like we were immobilized, and we didn't have products. We didn't travel with antibiotics. So I now travel with these like little vials. They're homeopathic. One's for viruses and one's for bacteria. And I think this is what saved us from getting sick again. The same thing happened in Malawi. We were very, very sick for 1 whole month. And here in Cambodia, we haven't had anything. And we hadn't had anything in all of Central America. Like I got sick for only like 1 night. So all that to say, you know, when you're traveling, just have the things in advance prepared. A lot of people travel with different maybe antibiotics and stuff, and I would recommend that as well if you don't want to go natural. But for us, this has worked. So I don't know if you can only buy it. I bought these in Canada. I don't know where you can buy them, but it says Bio 87, Bio 88. I'll look it up on Amazon and put links in case I find them. Maybe it'll be available to you guys as well. So the other things I'm going to share with you guys that we travel with, obviously like Tylenol and stuff like that. This is like Neo Sprint. It's like a Swiss version. So it's like a Neocitrin, right? Then in Canada, we can buy things like pink eye drops and ear drops for kids who have infections in their ears. And Santos, I'm going to answer your question in 1 second. So this is great, especially when the kids were younger. I never left home without. Now in the United States, you can't get products like this unless it's prescription. In Canada, we can. So I always get my mother-in-law to send me stuff like this or bring it every time she comes to see us, because it's just great. Like you don't want to be traveling and have an earache and not be able to treat it, or be in a country where you're maybe isolated and far from medical treatments and stuff. So. Yeah, Mark's saying lucky Canadians. It's amazing. It's amazing. The other thing we travel with is like an anti-disinfectant spray. This is always good to have because our kids always somehow like stub their toes, and Angelique just has another cut from yesterday. So it's like, what in the world? And then we're walking like outside. The streets are like they're not like concrete streets. It's dusty and like muddy roads. So like the dust gets in and the dirt gets in and then it stings them, right? So this, of course, Band-Aids. What else? I have my little medical kit here. Band-Aids, of course, like gauzes. What else do I carry? Oh, a thermometer, of course. I always carry that with me. Oh, this is so important. So we've been using this over and over again, little alcohol wipes. We carry this, and you know, you guys, with the whole spread of the whole coronavirus and everything, it is like so spreadable. So we are not shaking hands. We are doing this, you know, and it's very easy in this culture to do this because this is what everyone does. So it's not like they're culturally wanting to shake your hand. I'll quickly answer Santos's question for everyone. So he's asking if it's expensive to travel and how that works. So in our case, we work online. So we've been working from the internet, from our computers for the last 18 years. And we can manage company websites and work from anywhere in the world. And so we actually started an online wedding planner back in 2001, to give you more details. And we still run that site. There's several sites like that. And it provides us what's called a residual income. Residual income, for those of you who don't know, is something that comes in month after month after month. So you kind of do the work once, and then every month you get a little bit of money coming in, kind of like people who sell insurances or stuff like that. And it's honestly the best kind of income, because if you know what your monthly expenses are, you just need to make enough residual income to cover those expenses, right? So our business model in that regards has changed quite a bit. So we've had to shift along as we go and different things like that. But we also manage company websites and do the work from home. So we can work literally from everywhere and everywhere. It's very challenging when we're in countries that have different time zones. So right now I am 12 hours ahead of America, and that's where the majority of my clients are. And so I was up till like 1:30, almost 2 in the morning last night, hence why my eyes are probably sleepy right now and why I rely heavily on caffeine to keep me going. But it allows us the freedom to live location independent and literally travel the world with our kids. So that is revolutionary for us. So we do that. The other thing that has made it extremely affordable for us is having a YouTube channel. So prior to having a YouTube channel, we would pay out everything ourselves. And we've been traveling since 2013, on and off like that. And now we are able to do a lot of partnerships with properties and hotels and attractions. It requires a lot of work because we're emailing them and prospecting these type of companies, but it gives us the reward of being able to exchange with them and promote them through our videos. And so this has allowed us amazing opportunities to travel even more. So, and of course, as our channel grows, if those of you who know how YouTube works, you get percentages of the monies that are made from your videos when you have monetization on. And so that's like a small portion as well. So everything grows like that. If you're interested, by the way, I'm going to put a link. I created an online course for those of you who want to start working online and set up an online business. And I go through step by step by step. So if you are a family, and Mark's saying pennies and pennies and pennies from YouTube. That's right. So you get millions of pennies. Well, it adds up, right? But it's like, yeah, it's very minimal for the amount of work that you put in. But it's, in our case, we're rewarded by creating videos for everybody, and we love sharing what we do, and it's awesome, and it's just going to grow. So we're excited about that. So I've created this course where you guys can go and learn how to start an online business, and I kind of walk it through step by step what we did, what's worked for us over the last 18 years, and basically our whole heads of information goes into this course. So if you're interested, I'll put the link to that as well. So back to health and safety during the coronavirus. We use these little alcohol pads, and we carry them in our purse and in our pockets, and we're constantly washing our hands, and I think that's the best way to avoid the spread. We're disinfecting our phones because our phone is like our third hand, if you will. It's like we're always on our phones. So we're disinfecting those, and we're not touching people as much, you know, and just avoiding things. So that's what we are doing to stay healthy. What else? I'm trying to think if I have anything else. For those of you watching, Mark's saying, for those of you watching, don't think YouTubers make millions off YouTube. Yes, I didn't fully read what you just said. It goes too fast. But yeah, we make YouTube videos for our audience. Obviously, we have it as a cool business plan as well, but I mean, it's not taking over like in the millions yet. Of course, like some people think like, oh wow, you have 3,000 subscribers, you must be a millionaire. Well, no, it's not the case. So, is it open to travel from Bangkok to Cambodia? It is. So that is the question. A lot of people were saying, you know, if you go to Thailand, the borders are closed. They are not closed. They are open. But like I said, I honestly think that it's just going to get harder and harder and harder to travel. And I think borders are going to close. Like Italy right now, you can't fly. If you're coming from Italy, they will not let you into New Zealand, for example. What time is it? Someone's asking in here. It is noon, 12 o'clock, noon almost. So we are 12 hours ahead of America and 6 hours ahead of Europe time. So for us, again, that leads us the big question, like where are we going and should we go? And the big question is if you're traveling, you should ask yourselves maybe like, where do you want to get stuck? And are you okay to get stuck somewhere? So in our case, as long as we have internet, we can get stuck pretty much anywhere, and preferably in cheaper countries. Jason's asking, where are the girls? And someone's just saying, I'm traveling to Ireland with my mom and sister in June. I want you have to be careful and cautious. Yeah. Angelique, do you want to come say hello? She's here. The other girls are at the hotel room, hopefully doing their schoolwork. They do homeschooling, and it's a challenge because, well, they don't always have me behind them, like, you know, focusing and getting the work done. But we use a program that you literally stick into your computer, and then they can do their school from pretty much anywhere. So that's great. And while they're learning history and geography like no other, right? So that's amazing. I think Chloe can negotiate with any grown-up. You know, she could negotiate any tuk-tuk ride or, you know, laundry price or market, which is pretty cool. So she's learning the art of negotiation in a big way. Someone's saying travel to Africa is challenging. Yeah, Africa, traveling in Africa is challenging. There's different challenges that you have, but it's such a cool adventure, right? I like the adventure and I like the challenge when we go to certain countries versus having everything so easy, right? Traveling nowadays is so much easier than it would have been 20 years ago, right? When we didn't have Translate, we didn't have like all these different things. Any recommendation for travel insurance? Yeah, so the one that I was telling you about is called Safety Wing. I'm putting the link below. What's amazing about it is you have different plans. It's super affordable. You can buy it as you're already traveling, so you don't have to have it before you leave, and it's easy to extend, so it's fantastic. Okay, so certain countries, someone's asking if traveling to Hong Kong is safe. If you go through Hong Kong and you go through certain countries, like even possibly Singapore right now, there's a high chance you might have to go through quarantine when you go to the following country, and so this makes travel extremely difficult. So someone's saying no money from YouTube, someone should talk to Mark Meads. Well, yeah, I mean, you get millions of views, you've got it made, right? And that's the whole point. That's why, we're excited about what we do, because it grows and grows and grows, and there's this like exponential kind of growth that happens with YouTube channels, which is absolutely amazing. I totally forget what I was just saying before that. You guys threw me off. Just traveling and getting stuck and that. So yeah, so basically, I don't know what's happening. Everyone's canceling flights right, left, and center. Tourism's down. It's affecting the whole world. There's talk in places like back home for us in Switzerland that all the schools will be shutting down in the next week or so. People are buying stocks of toilet paper and stocking up to be in self-isolation. And the world has never lived through a time like this. Like, none of us have ever experienced such crazy times. So for us, our next stop is probably going to be New Zealand. And if we get stuck there, well, it's a beautiful place to be. We'll stay there and hang out for a while. You're asking if the girls speak Spanish. Well, you know what? They do. Our girls can understand pretty much and get by in Spanish because we've spent so much time in Spanish-speaking countries. So Mark's saying, yeah, for YouTube channels, back to the money making, if you're a smaller channel, you're really not making big bucks unless you're big. Drew Binsky, which country did we meet Drew in? We met Drew in Spain, and we just crisscrossed actually in Bangkok like 2 weeks ago, which is crazy. He was there, we were there, and we were just like switching, so we just missed each other. Someone's saying aged Emmental from Switzerland is their favorite cheese. You have to try the cheese called Gruyere. Gruyere cheese is amazing. It's what they make like fondue with. It's one of the cheeses, and it's amazing. You're asking if we're coming back to South Africa in the future. We love South Africa. This is like one of our top countries, and unfortunately, because our goal as a family is to travel to every country in the world, that is not on the list to go back to until we finish the others. So unfortunately for us, and we'd like to, but we've got all the other countries listed that we have to get to first, and then definitely we are coming back. We're going to come back and do some surfing in Jeffreys Bay and go down the garden route again. We love South Africa. It's so beautiful. So Santos saying, don't forget the papusas. Well, no, we won't forget papusas. Those are our favorites. We want to come back to so many countries. There's so many beautiful places to come back to. So yeah. So before I head off, if you guys have any other questions before I leave, I think I kind of covered them. We won't know, like people keep saying, where are you going next? Where are you going next? We honestly don't know yet. So I guess you'll find out next week when we know where we're going to be. Maybe we'll be still here, or maybe we will be over towards the Pacific side. I'm not sure yet. So Brian is asking, did we make it to Lesotho? Yes. When we were in Africa, this was back now 2 years ago, I can't even imagine. What is the insurance agency flight rate? I'm just checking that out. When we were in Southern Africa, we did 10 countries. So we started in Tanzania, and we were in Zanzibar first, and we went over to Malawi. We went down Malawi, we were in Mozambique. Then from Mozambique, we went into South Africa. We visited Swaziland and Lesotho, which are 2 countries within South Africa. And then we went all the way down the garden route, and then we went all the way up through Namibia, crossed over Botswana, and then we went into Zambia and Zimbabwe, and then we drove back down through Botswana, all the way back down to Cape Town. So we like did, I think, 3,000 kilometers in total. Like, it was just crazy, all in this rental car. And it was amazing. I mean, we saw the whole countryside, and it was fantastic. So El Salvador is waiting for us. Well, thank you. So somebody asked about travel insurance for flights. This same company, Safety Wing, which I'm putting the link to, they do have extra travel insurance that you can buy for cancellation of flights, for all different types. So there's all different levels. So again, I'm going to put my link. I really appreciate if you guys do use our link, because it gives us a tiny little kickback, and that helps us with staying on the road and paying for all the travels and visa fees and all the rest that goes into it. So yes, I'm putting the link right now as soon as I end the video. So you guys, from our family to yours, the girls aren't here, but next time I'll make sure they're on the live. We wish you guys happy travels if you are traveling, and be safe, you guys, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. And yes, I will, someone just lastly asked if we can make more videos on how to earn money. I will make a whole video for you, okay? Sounds good. Bye.